Hello. Thanks for joining me for another edition. This is episode 45 of the Pearls of Peace podcast. And today is what I call Winning Wednesdays. So before we move and flow a little bit today, I want to ask you a question. What would it feel like to be a Wednesday? I mean, really, think about it. Wednesday, Monday, nobody really likes Monday. Most people don't like Monday. I personally love Mondays. There was a time when I hated them, just like most of the world. And then I started to learn what was so cool about them. So now Mondays, I call Mindset Mondays. Tuesdays, I call Team Up Tuesday, although I'm switching things around. I think I'm going to start calling it Tech Tuesday because there's so much tech and there's so much cool stuff out there. And I'm excited because I've been learning about all kinds of fun tech. And I'm excited to share it with my Internal Peace Renegades community. And if you're not already an Internal Peace Renegade and curious, what is that? Stay tuned because there's a lot more of that. So Wednesdays have a really bad rap. Just like Mondays, people can't stand Wednesdays, right? There's really two camps. Let me rephrase that. There's two camps. One is people don't like Wednesdays because they feel like it's like hump Wednesday and there's still half the week to go. And then there's the other camp, which I'm in, which is winning Wednesdays. And that's all about focusing on the wins, focusing on the success that you've had from the week before. Now, I know sometimes that's tough because the truth is if you started on Monday and whether you started off strong or not, by Wednesday, you kind of have a glimpse of what's going well and maybe what didn't work out well, right? Maybe you had a whole list of items that you wanted to take care of and you feel overwhelmed or stressed because you're not achieving your goal. However, what's really awesome is that Wednesday gives you an opportunity to pause and to reflect and pivot. So if you need to change something, you can change it. If you feel like you're behind on your goals or you feel like maybe you're stuck on something, it gives you an opportunity to actually stop what you're doing and really reflect to find those wins. And part of what we're going to be doing today is a really simple pose that actually a lot of people, a lot like Wednesdays, overlook. And so I would really like to give this pose some attention today. It's a powerful pose and it's super, super simple. It's so simple that you don't even realize you're doing a pose most of the time. So people say they're not yogis. But after today's episode, I guarantee you will start to ask yourself if all this time you didn't realize you were a yogi, but you actually were because you were doing yoga. I'll show you a little bit in just a moment. So again, Wednesdays, winning Wednesdays. And if you're just watching for the first time or tuning in for the first time, I'm Regina Rosa Celeste. I'm a yoga teacher. I'm also a mindset coach. And I'm really passionate about real estate. And I'm super passionate about helping people find and reclaim peace within their lives, whether it's in business or it's personal. And I'll tell you just a really quick story how I started doing this work. So being in real estate can be really stressful. In fact, sometimes there's so many deadlines and there's contracts and people are upset or people are super happy and excited. And there's so many emotions that go in the middle of a transaction. And so I found myself as a yoga enthusiast at the time. I started yoga when I was about 15 and was kind of, in and out of classes, but I never really got into fully a dedicated regular practice until I started selling real estate. And as I started selling real estate, I started to feel a lot of pressure. I started to feel a lot of stress, and I didn't exactly know how to handle that stress. And so I noticed every time I would get on my mat, I would feel better. And I started to slowly do more and more yoga to the point where I started asking myself if I actually wanted to become a teacher. And I got trained. And at that time, I still didn't think that I wanted to be a teacher. I thought I actually would be good enough to be a teacher, is the truth. And little did I know that was going to be my path. So I was gifted with an opportunity to teach even before I finished school, which was really, really awesome. And I started teaching yoga and selling real estate. And throughout my journey with that process, I started actually coaching students, both my yoga students and also some real estate students that started coming to my yoga classes, which is really cool. Some of them were even real estate agents. So it was a really cool process to see how all that unfolded. And the reason I'm sharing it with you today is because sometimes we don't realize that there's simple and effective tools available to help support us in our everyday life. So as a devoted yogi and also a business professional, I love that I get to bring this podcast to you and I get to share with you what I call the pearls of peace. Because sometimes we don't realize how simple things can be. We overcomplicate and we stress ourselves out, forgetting that we have these really simple little nuggets available. And so I'm putting together this, conversation for you. And over the course of this series and actually this podcast, my goal is to really help you, this vlogcast really, is to share with you some tools and some nuggets, as I call them, pearls of peace, both from myself and of those of other guests and those other shows that I've been on. So I'm putting it all together, and I appreciate your patience as I get all of this in one, beautiful spot. Right now it's kind of scattered around between different social medias, but I'm really excited because I'm putting it all together and packaging it so that it's easy to find these pearls of peace. And you can know that from breath work to yoga practices to even sitting in your car, right? The pose I'm going to share with you today, like I said, it's super simple. I'm almost positive you've done it, not just once, but maybe 1,000 times and didn't realize it. So here's, just like Wednesdays, an opportunity to remember to focus on the wins, to focus on what's working, and to focus on the tools that you already have in your toolbox. So let's go ahead and rise up. I'm going to shift the camera here just a little bit. Awesome. And if you're just tuning in, again, thank you for joining me. I'm Regina. And so this pose I love because it's super, super simple. And it's called Tadasana. And that basically in English, in Sanskrit, it's Tadasana. In the English version, it's mountain pose. And what mountain pose is basically you're standing straight. And I'm certain that you've done this before. Maybe you didn't realize it, but you're standing nice and solid. Your feet are strong on the floor. And maybe you can put like a small little bend in your knees. You want to have your feet about hip width apart. And then go ahead and roll your shoulders back. I call this taking the shoulder wings back, and let your shoulders kiss shoulder blades. Beautiful. And then drop your shoulders. And then just bring your hands to your sides. Draw your belly in towards your back. So your belly button is reaching towards your back spine. Lift up. Raise the chest. And when I say raise the chest, I don't mean like over exaggerate it and make it, where you have like a bend in your back. What you want to do is just be really natural. Like you're standing at the grocery store or you're standing in line, which I'm sure you've done 1,000 times. So this, my friends, is actually a yoga pose. Tadasana is one of the most valuable asanas, the most valuable poses. And the reason is because it's all about pausing. It's all about standing strong, owning your power, and really working from the base of your body, from your root chakra and also your sacral and your solar plexus, which are all part of the chakra system. And our chakras go from, there's 7 of them. They go all the way from our pelvis area all the way up to the top of our head. And so for today, I want to focus on that bottom half and share with you the power that you cultivate right in this midsection here. And just by doing this pose, you can really transform a lot in your life, including how you see things, including how you see Wednesdays. And obviously, I'm using Wednesday as a simple example, but there's so many benefits. Number 1, by standing in Tadasana, nice and strong, again, you're empowering yourself in that lower area, and you're also really activating the power that you have just by standing in a very simple but purposeful pose. You're also aligning your body. Your spine is straight. Your hips are obviously right in alignment with the rest of your body. And you're just standing nice and tall. You're allowing your chest to be open. It opens up the lungs. And so it's a really good way to just notice your posture and remind yourself that you can be still and you can be strong. And I would like to also share a couple more benefits, and then I'll let you guys go for today. I hope this was helpful. One of my favorite things about tree pose, Tadasana, is that it reminds us about patience. And this is really important, isn't it? because in life, things don't always go our way. So we need patience to be reminded to stand tall and strong, even in the midst of chaos or the unknown. It also improves our balance and stability. So many times you see people wobbling or standing on, holding for something, right? This is a really powerful pose, especially for elders or people that are coming out of surgery. Practicing Tadasana mountain pose is just really valuable because just standing here, believe it or not, can really activate a lot of strength. It really helps calm the mind as well as the central nervous system. Just calming yourself and noticing how you feel in the stillness of the pose. And then believe it or not, you guys will love this one. It actually strengthens the bottom, the calves, the thighs, the ankles, and the spine. So again, working those interior organs and muscles without even realizing it. And then it relieves sciatica and reduces flat feet. So if anyone who has, overextended arches in the feet or sciatic pain, this is a really good posture just to help alleviate that pressure. And again, super still, super mindful, and easy. And then it also stretches, like we talked about, the chest as well as the thighs and the calves. So those are just a couple of the benefits. And again, these are simple tools that you can activate to help your mind, your body, and your spirit, creating more peace in your life, both in personal as well as bringing that into your business life. So thank you everyone so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you on Friday. Fridays we do a nice Q&A. You can ask me all kinds of questions, and I have usually questions that come in from other people, and then I'll share the answer through video. So I trust you guys will have an awesome, amazing Wednesday, and please do let me know about some of your wins because I'd love to hear them. Have an amazing day, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.